Hi everyone. If you could have one superpower, what would you choose? Would you want to be able to fly, become invisible, be the strongest person in the world? Or would you like to have the power to heal? If healing is a power you would like to have, this talk is for you. And the good news is, you probably have it already. More often than not, our taste buds are excellent guides in determining what is healthy and what is not. And if you do what makes you happy, good for you. Happiness proteins are very important for good health. That's why this talk and my books are called Delightful and Delicious Healing, Dandhea for short. Let me tell you a true story. Almost 12 years ago, July 15th, 2013, I was asked to give a talk to the caregivers in my mother's nursing home in the Netherlands. Why? Because 3 months earlier, April 10th, 2013, her doctor had told us, the family, to prepare for her passing. My mother was 88 years old when, after a fall from her wheelchair, a lump was found in her chest. 99.9% certainly malignant was her doctor's opinion. My mother sat there quietly with her eyes closed, looking very pale and hardly reacted to anything. My sister flew out from California and did not dare postpone her trip for a week. That's how little time we thought she had. My mother also had Alzheimer's, so it was quickly agreed upon that would keep her as comfortable as possible for whatever time she still had left and not submit her to any aggressive cancer therapies. And so I asked my family and the doctor for permission to try my diet and care system on her, and they allowed me to. During the first meal, spelt bread, coconut oil, banana, and some tea, her eyes opened, the color returned to her cheeks, and she gave us the biggest, most beautiful smile. As I predicted, the lump in her chest flattened after a week and a half of a diet of pre and probiotics, healthy oils, nuts and seeds, grains, raisins, spices, teas, fresh fruits and vegetables, beans, aloe vera, and lots of carrot juice, all presented as nice breakfasts, lunches, dinners, delicious desserts and snacks, and combined with a toxin-free natural care system consisting of lavender flowers and essential oils. After 2 weeks, my mother could eat on her own again, something she hadn't been able to do in a while. And after that, she even wanted to walk again. That's why the head nurse asked me to give a talk to all of her caregivers to explain how it was possible that with just some healthy diet and care, my mother had become healthier than before her fall. And so I explained the principles of natural toxin-free healing to them, expecting it to become well known, but it didn't. Just as it happened with my dad, a doctor who had found a remedy for asthma, which was published in a prominent medical journal in 1983. Many doctors adopted it, but it didn't become mainstream. And so, when my dad got cancer in 1997, I looked for natural remedies because I reasoned that if his remedy for asthma hadn't become mainstream, there might be other doctors who had found solutions for serious illnesses which hadn't become mainstream either. And I did find some remedies, like green tea, and it did help him a little, but it didn't heal him. My dad died of cancer, September 20th, 2004, a cancer for which the natural remedy had won a Nobel Prize 38 years earlier. So, if even winning Nobel Prizes doesn't make natural remedies for serious illnesses well known, what does? In 2001, I came across a text by Sherry Tamai on toxic ingredients in care products we should avoid and what they do to you. With each toxic product I dropped, my health improved, and I learned to make toxin-free substitutes naturally. I was able to heal anything from minor ailments to serious illnesses like Lyme. After 20 years of studying health-oriented, evidence-based, science-backed, practice-confirmed ways of healing naturally, I thought I could write a book on how to heal COVID in a matter of weeks. It ended up taking me 2.5 years. Why? Because while I thought I only had to explain the proper ways of taking omega-3 and omega-6, it turned out that almost every nutrient deficiency shows up as COVID and that we are being misled about almost every nutrient. The substances in pills are different from the nutrients in food, and they don't do what the nutrients in food do. The substance in vitamin C pills does not even heal scurvy. How can that be? Well, Pharmaceutical industries aren't looking as hard for remedies as that they are looking for ways to make a profit. Even if they find a natural remedy, they will spoil it. Do they do that on purpose? Well, in order to profit from something, you need to own it. And to own it, you need to patent it. And to patent it, you need to have discovered it. Plants were around before humans were, and the plants with the most healing properties are usually pulled out as weeds, so they need to alter it a little. And if in the process of altering it, the healing properties decrease, disappear, or reverse, they will go with the altered product anyway. Why do they do that? Well, it's a win-win for them. Either they get away with it and they make a profit from their product, or they don't and they turn around and blame the plants. So what's going on here? Well, supposedly they're trying to enhance the healing properties of the plants, but they go about it in a misguided way, because what they do is they isolate the most prominent nutrient in the plant, but that's not the way plants heal. It's usually an interplay between sometimes even thousands of nutrients that cause the healing. So they already making a very unnatural form when they isolate it, and so the substance may become unstable, and then they need to find a more stable form, and then it's a completely different substance, of course. But still, that doesn't stop them from turning around and blaming the plant or the natural nutrient if the lack of effects or the toxicity cannot be denied anymore. And this is just one of the many tricks they play to pretend that their synthetic drugs are superior to natural nutrients, losing battle, because while natural nutrients usually come with many benefits, their synthetic drugs usually come with nasty side effects. But yes, you're hearing this correctly. This worldwide multi-trillion-dollar industry is competing with weeds. So it's safe to say that pharmaceutical industries are PFFFD, profit-oriented, fluff-based, fake concerns, fake solutions, finance-backed, deceitfully pushed. Now, HES stands for health-oriented, evidence-based, science-backed, practice-confirmed. Health-oriented in that you truly look for what substances heal in the form they heal best, in the combinations they heal best. Evidence-based is that you look for testimonials from doctors and patients and historical evidence that it really works. Science-backed means that the physiological pathways through which the healing occurs are understood and confirmed using the scientific method. And practice confirmed means that you either have experience that it heals yourself, or experience healing others with it, or you have witnessed others being healed by it. And the cool thing is, one system works for all diseases, and that can be described with the acronym MOTHERHEAD. Microbiome, probiotics like kefir and kombucha, prebiotics like the fibers in fruits and vegetables and leafy greens, and resistant starch in potatoes. You need a healthy microbiome to be able to digest the omegas properly, and a healthy microbiome gives you an appetite for healthy foods. And that's not even mentioning the many essential nutrients that are produced by the microbiome, like the B vitamins and vitamin K2, all very important. If you value having healthy eyes, bones, hair, teeth, and a regular heartbeat, just to name a few things. And then the skin microbiome is the first line of defense against disease. So, and that you can protect by using natural care products, natural toxin-free care products. So no destroying the microbiome with enemas or any other harsh treatments, please. Then we have the omegas. No, not fish oil. Flaxseed for omega-3, sunflower seeds for omega-6, Then the targeted response when you have symptoms. For cancer, that would be aloe vera and carrot juice. For asthma, that would be plantago and grapes. And for hi there, hi there. And for we do asthma, Lyme, cancer. Oh yeah, for COVID, that would be Eucalyptus globulus essential oil. And for Lyme, the list is of essential oils and natural uh, nutrients is too long to mention here, but you can find that in the description of this video. Then we have the herb rotation schedule with all the herbs that Maria Traven and Esiak use in delicious tea blends. Then we have the happiness proteins. That's all the foods, scents, behaviors needed for dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphin. Then you have the additional nutrients, all from foods or from the sun in the case of vitamin D, not from pills. Pills are fake. Then comes timing, combining, preparing, and planning. So what tastes best is best. So a salad with a dressing is healthier than one without, provided you use a healthy oil like organic cold pressed olive oil, and with apple cider vinegar and pepper. Those all help you absorb all nutrients better, and our cells need salt to absorb vitamin C. I wrote 12 health books and write on everything, how to heal cancer in days to COVID in minutes. Am I qualified to do so with just a master's in English language and literature? Is a journalist qualified to report on science? I think so. All I do is relate what successful doctors say anyway, and to understand that you only need high school level knowledge of chemistry and biology to understand terms like isomers and ionophores, and also to be able to reverse engineer the chemical compounds researched for their healing properties to the herbs they come from. Because usually pharmaceutical industries don't just stumble upon healing herbs. They might have studied hundreds of thousands of plants to find the most healing one. And if you reverse engineer the chemical product they make that back to the herb it came from, you get a natural product that's superior to the synthetic drug. But you have to be careful with that, because sometimes the plants they use are as toxic as their drugs are, and sometimes they just put chemical waste and pills, and they calculate the price in such a way that they can pay for all the lawsuits they can expect and still make a profit. It's called evergreening, so do your research properly. And I will also make the literature more readable by using more specific terms in the case they use the same term for different substances, which is a consequence of over-specialization, and which is also an example of where an interdisciplinary approach is beneficial. I want to work with doctors, but they all tell me the same thing. You know more about healing through diet and care than I do, so what can I do? I have them check my work anyway, just to be sure. I could see from the outside what this system does on the inside when it was able to heal one of our cats from ear canal cancer within 3 days using combined Rivici, Traben, and Budwig method by mixing aloe vera, propolis, apple cider vinegar, hemp seed oil with olive leaf, and organic cold pressed olive oil in one bowl, and then in the second bowl the cooking water of either beans potatoes, pasta, or rice, cooled off and salt-free. Cats can take salt very well. Humans need it, cats don't. And in the third bowl, Plantago tea. The whole egg-sized pink tumor turned black, dried out, shrunk to the size of a raisin, and fell out of her ear within 3 days. Normally an aggressive $6,500 operation, after which cats die anyway. So we need a new way to determine who should be listened to when it comes to health. KESRLI stands for qualification plus expertise plus specialization times integrity minus loopholes plus results plus impact. That way, room can come for truth and healing. So, are you ready to unleash your healing powers? Find all of my books in the link below for free using the promo code freebies. And please spread the word. If doctors, even Nobel Prize winning ones, research, books, success stories, can make natural remedies for serious illnesses well known, maybe we can. Dandhea stands for delightful and delicious healing, and it sounds like dandelion. So let's start a movement together, the dandelion way, popping our happy little heads up wherever we can, so that toxin-free, natural healing becomes as abundant and normal, as delightful and delicious as dandelions in springtime. Thank you.